Okay, mite check time. I use a bucket, a little wash tub, something like that, set it somewhere. I always choose a frame with both sealed and unsealed brood on it, and of course that the queen is not on. And like I just showed you a minute ago, I've already caged the queen, so I know she's not in there. Now, my little lesson about mite checks. I have tried every single mite check tool there is out there. This one is available easy in the United States. It's on every single beekeeping website. There are some good things about this and some not so good things about this. This is one made by Saracell. It's not available at every web store. There's some good things and bad things about it, but I'm tending to like this one a little bit more. And the reason is the lid does not leak. It's got a good gasket, it's got a clamp, and it's got a little bit different style basket in it. Let me show you the baskets on this one. This one's got lines. This one has got holes. That's the difference in the baskets. I tend to like this basket a little bit more. One thing about this one, it's got a nice little hook so it can kind of hang there. This little plastic hook makes it nice to let the bees drain out. The good thing about this one is this cup is where you can pour your water or your, soap water or alcohol, whichever you choose to use. I use both 91% alcohol and or detergent. I am switching from Dawn Ultra because it's so sudsy to a dishwasher style detergent that does not make suds. It makes it much easier for me. Randy Oliver does not agree with me on that one. He says that he did not find dishwashing detergent was as effective as Dawn. My personal tests disagree with that, so I prefer to use the soap without the suds. I do have a lot of alcohol on hand, so I'm still using alcohol until that is gone, and then I'm probably going to go exclusively to soap. So let me just show you how I do a mite check, and we'll see what these mites are. So you take your nurse bees, they haven't flown out yet. You get some sort of cup of bees and throw them in there, and then very quickly get the lid on so you capture all of them. This does kill the bees, and you do a rotation shake. This rotation is basically keeping you from throwing the mites back up. For about a minute, this is what you do. I usually cut it short of a minute and let them drain. I get a sense of where the mites are. I might not get a very accurate count, but once I do the mite count, I write this on the top of the hive and I know where these mites are. After a few seconds, you're gonna know if you have mites. You know, you need to do the full minute to get the precision count. Now this cup of bees, while I'm shaking this up, gets them in here. It has about 300 bees. 300 is essentially the number of bees to get a good statistical count of how many per 100 you have. So if I come out of here with 3 mites, I have a 1% infestation rate because I have 300 bees that I'm measuring. If I was only doing 100 bees, I would, you know, get 1 mite to get a 1% infestation rate. So it just kind of ups the end count so you can get a good accurate measurement. So that is probably long enough to know where we are. And I haven't even peeked yet, but I'm gonna show you how this hook works. A little handle came off, but that goes right back on. Pretty easy, I believe. And this little hook comes out, and it kind of rests like that. And you can see it's above the water, and it drains out. I'm gonna put this little handle back on. The handle is just to lift it out of the basket, and it kind of slides in and slides out. All right, I like to shake them out and then test. And you're not going to be able to see this. 0 mites. That's my extended release oxalic acid working. There might be 1 in here, but I haven't seen it yet if there is. I have 2 of these because this is what I end up doing. I pour, because this one doesn't have the lid that holds the entire volume. So I almost need 2 buckets here. So I have a little sieve here. I make sure there's nothing in it, and then I pour my alcohol into the other bucket through the sieve, make sure no mites stuck to the bottom if there were any, and then I got my second one. So I bought 2 of these so I can rotate like this, and I'm looking in here to see if there are any mites. There might be 1 mite in there. I'm gonna have to, maybe on this 5K camera you can see that little red dot right there is most likely a mite, and it's a little reddish. It's not as dark, but that's the right size of a mite. So I'm gonna say that's a 1 mite count. So that is 1/3 of a percent, less than 1%. That's a rock solid mite count. Manage your bees, manage your mites, keep them low. Your bees will be healthier, even if it's just defending against deformed wing virus. Now, getting rid of these bees, you can use bees like this to do nosema tests. That's an advanced procedure, but you can crush up some bees, look at them under a microscope. If you think you got dysentery on your hive, these are the bees to do your nosema test off, so you don't need to kill any more bees. I have a little pond right there behind me, and basically I throw the bees in the pond so that after the alcohol comes off of them, the fish or other animals can use the protein from those bees. So that's my mite check. I prefer the Ceracell at the moment, but these are just as good. I think these are called the Easy Check. The one problem I didn't mention is when you do this check on these, it leaks. I'm getting it on my hand already. You know, it leaks out of here. That's the biggest issue with this one is it leaks. But these are available almost everywhere. If you have one, keep using it. It's more important to use it. But if you haven't bought one yet, at the moment, I would say get that one. Somebody else will invent another one here soon. Okay, so that's my mite check. I'm gonna go ahead and cut out of this and get back into the hives.